everyone, how you doing today? My name is Kirsty, aka Beth Bookish, and this is my physical TBR shelves, and this video is going to be my physical TBR tour 2024. Hey, I'm a poet! I actually have a lot more books than this, so these are just the ones that are currently left, but I've just recorded a video and I have all of these and all of these that need to go back on the shelves, as well as another book bag here, as well as all of these and more. So I thought, as I've got to bring them all back up and log them onto the shelves anyway, I may as well go through and just talk through my physical books and do a bit of an update of what I've got. This shelf is my sort of currently reading, my current TBR, as well as rereads that I'm doing, as well as some of these down here are rereads. We have my manga, graphic novels, and then series that I've got all of the books for so I can complete. Then I've got the next shelf down are colouring books, non-fiction, middle grade, and then books, series that are in progress. Next shelf down is adult, and then the bottom shelf is my YA shelf. And then finally I have some stacks of books at the very front of the bookcase, and those are the stacks that I've been using for my Read It or Read project. So if you haven't yet checked that out, please do go check it out. Seeing as they live on the bottom shelf, I'm going to start with the YA, and we have Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard, Renegades by Marissa Meyer, A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy I. Lim, The Butterfly Assassin by Finn Longman, and Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher, Her Radiant Curse also by Elizabeth Lim, Into the Crooked Place, Print and Princess of Souls both by Alexandra Christo, Mysteries of Thorn Manor by Margaret Rogerson, Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat, and This Winter by Alice Oseman. My YA section has significantly decreased in the past year. Next up we have the adult section, and we have Resistance is Futile by Jenny Colgan, The Start of Something by Miranda Dixon, The Secret Life of an Uncool Mum by Serena Terry, Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne, The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed, Love Like Farms by B.K. Borison, Waking the Witch by Rachel Burge, What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher, The Forgotten and the Fantastical 3 by Taker Bellamy, Politically Correct Bedtime Stories by James Finn Garner, Crucible of Chaos by Sebastian de Castell, Coerced, an anthology by edited by Mary O'Regan and Paul Kane, What Lies Beyond the Veil by Harper L. Woods, The Fifth Season, N.K. Jemisin, Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, Blackwing by Ed MacDonald, The Witches at the End of the World by Chelsea Iverson, Wolfsong by T.J. Clune, Radiance by Grace Draven, Claire Keegan, Small Things Like These, Emma Hetherington, This Christmas, Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, Spanish Love Deception by Elena Arnas, The Switch by Beth O'Leary, V. Schwab, The Fragile Threads of Power, The Last Library by Freya Sampson, The Fiancé Files by Alexandria Bellefleur, and then finally 3 Christina Henrys. We have The Mermaid, Good Girls Don't Die, and Horseman. Up next are the books that I have. You might see there's some books on the shelf. These are all my non-fiction and colouring books, so they are not a part of this video because they're reference only. But this is the series where I own multiple books in the series. So I may own book 2 and 5, I might own book 2 and 3 out of 6. So I don't have all of the series, so I can't finish it, but I can at least make progress. And for this one we have Flashfire by TJ Clune, 12 Bones by Rosie Talbot, sequel to 16 Souls, Shadow and Magic Study, which I believe are books 2 and 4 in the Poison Study series by Maria V. Schneider, A Dream So Dark, book 2 in the Nightmareverse by L.L. McKinney, Reckless by Elsie Silver, which is book 4 in the Chestnut Spring series. I've decided to skip book 3 after things that I've heard about it, and I don't want to ruin my experience of the series, so I'm hoping this one's going to redeem it. And then books 1 and 2, Falling Kingdoms and Rebel Spring in the Morgan Rhodes Falling Kingdoms series. And then we have part one of my rereads. So I've got quite a big reread stack because I'm rereading some of my favourites from my time on YouTube. So we have Only a Monster by Vanessa Len, Alice by Christina Henry, Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert, A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney, the entire series of the Need series by Carrie Jones, Guilty Pleasures by Laurel K. Hamilton, Angel Fall by Susan E., Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas, Cinder by Marissa Meyer, To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, the Dark Shades of Magic trilogy, Six Crows by Leigh Bardugo, The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Next shelf up we have the series that I can finish, so I own all of the books in the series, or the ones that I've got left to read, so I can get all of these series finished like that. Will I though? The Archived Duology by V.E. Schwab, Ashley Parker Doesn't Fail and Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Herring Blake. This is book 2 and 3 in the Bright Springs series. For the Wolf and For the Throne by Hannah Witten. Those Above, Those Below by Daniel Polanski for this duology. It's getting really dark, so I'm going to turn the light on. That made no difference. King of Scars duology, King of Scars Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. Gilded and Cursed by Marissa Meyer. These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan, which is book 2 in These Hollow Vows. Girls of Fate and Fury by Natasha Nyan, which is the final book in the Girls of Paper and Fire book series. Obviously it's a book series, I'm holding the books. Daughter of the Moon Goddess and Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lin Tan, I've got this duology. The Everless duology, Everless and Evermore by Sarah Holland. And finally the Midnight's Twins series by Holly Race. And then we have my graphic novel and manga section, which is massively depleted after doing my 30 and 30 last month, so please go check those videos out. But we have The Cat Who Taught Zen by James Norbury, Shiver by Junji Ito, What Kai Love Is Hard for Otaku Volume 6. Do I own Volume 2 to 5? No, but I got this one super cheap, so I couldn't not grab it. Fangirl Volume 1 by Rainbow Rowell, Blue Flag by Kaito, and The Magic Fish by Trung Nguyen Nyan. And that's it for like the main part of the shelves. That's like the main things that are the important ones. Which just leaves the stacks down here of my books for Read It or Reap. Basically for Read It or Reap, the criteria are books that I've bought this year, arcs that I've been sent, books that I've had on my shelves for forever, and books that I'm really not sure I'm going to enjoy. So there's a whole mixed bag of books in here. The biggest category of books on here are ones I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy. So it's like, you know, I need persuading, or I need the challenge of Read It or Reap in order to get to these. And we have Bridget Kemmerer, Defy the Night, Lost Dogs and Lonely Hearts by Lucy Dillon, Temesis Street, which is a compendium from multiple authors, Bex Hogan, Viper, Isle of Storm and Sorrow, Tahara Mafi's Furthermore, Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafon, Tate Halloway, Tall, Dark and Dead, The Little Coffee Shop of Kabul by Deborah Rodriguez, A Man Called Uva by Frederick Buckman, Terry Pratchett Mort, Circe by Madeline Miller, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, The Bookshop and the Barbarian by Morgan Stang, Sarah Morgan's The Summer Seekers, Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson, A Song of Wraiths and... There's no space! A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne Brown, The Stranded by Sarah Daniels, and Confessions of a 40-something Fuck-Up by Alexandra Potter. Let me just move stuff so the cat can lie down. One thing I'm realising with those books in particular is most of them are ones that I either got for free or from charity shops. So I'm learning that I'm more likely to pick up books I'm unsure about if they're a very low cost or free. And that's something I need to work on. The next biggest stack, I believe, is the books that I've bought this year. Shocker. So I've got A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley, The City of Stardust by Georgia Summers, the cover's downstairs, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross by Ginty, The Fixer by Claudia Carroll, Hannah Bonham Young, Next of Kin, Infinity Alchemist by Kaysen Callender, Love at First Night by Megan Clawson, The Museum of Extraordinary People by Mike Gale, The Problem with Perfect by Philip William Stover, Promise of Blood by Brian McClellan, and Gods of the Weirdwood by R.J. Barker. Then it's the books that are the oldest books on my TBR, and therefore it's been longer than 2 or 3 years. They need to be read. The Grim Company by Luke Scull. Shadows on the Moon by Zaire Marriott. Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adier that I've had for about 4 years now. The Beckoning Shadow and Seasons of the Storm, so Catherine Blair and Ellie Cosimano. I've only owned these books since last year, but they've been on my wish list and want to read for about 5 years now, so I'm counting them as old books. Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake that I've had for 4 years. Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeil that I've had for 3. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim I've had for 4 years. The Henna Wars by Adiga Jagradar, also 4 years. Boneless Mercies by April Genevieve Chok is 2.5. Marauder by L.L. McNeil is the oldest one in this pile and is nearly 6 years old now. And All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue is about 3. And then the final category and the final books on the physical TBRs are the ARCs that I've been sent. 2 of them are from last year, one's from 2 years ago, one's from last year, one's from this year. So the oldest one is The Song That Moves the Sun by Anna Bright. I did start this and then for some reason I never finished it. Transmogrify, which is 14 Tales of the Trans Magic. I did start this one, I got 3 stories in and I just found that I wasn't connecting with any of them. And then one that arrived just a couple of weeks ago, The Dissonance by Sean Hamill, which I am really excited to get to this month. So there you have it, that is the physical TBR. All of my physical books that I currently own and have not yet read, because any others that might be on are currently in progress. This video will be referred to. If I ever ask you to pick books for me, just come back to this video. I'll also obviously link it on those other videos. My physical TBR last year was double this, but through unhauls and various other means, I have managed to get it back down. So mostly it fits on one bookcase and I still have room for my 80s albums for now. Doubt that's going to last very much longer. Let me know in the comments if you gave any of these books 5 stars or think that they are ones that I will love and I should prioritise. In the meantime, don't forget to check out my Patreon and my Etsy. I hope you're all good, I hope you're staying safe, and until next time.